is at the moment going to speak with Amit Mitra, the Finance Minister.
Very much, that is right. We are inside Kolkata and in conversation with the Finance Minister of West Bengal, Dr. Amit Mitra. Dr. Mitra, thank you very much for joining us here on CNBC TV 18. You've been reaching out to investors across the country as well as in foreign countries. The UK was your first destination. I understand that soon you will be visiting the US. You talk about the future begins in West Bengal, and a lot of data has actually been put together. I'm looking at the data that's been supplied by the West Bengal government as well as the CSO. At GDA, the West Bengal growth rate is coming at about 10.48% for FY14-15. The agri and allied sector growth is much higher than the national average at 6.46%. Services growing at about 12%. Industry at 8%. Per capita at almost 13%. If you can give us a sense of how much you've been able to draw in by way of private investment, because the story is looking better on several parameters as I've just pointed out. But what has that resulted in terms of private investment into the state?
I think private investment comes when you have certain parameters met. The first of which, of course, is macroeconomic parameter, which you have so succinctly summed up for us, for the state, data coming from the center. Second, of course, is the private investment comes when you have infrastructure development.
Yes.
Now, you'd be happy to know that the growth in infrastructure, it's phenomenal, so I have to read you the exact number. Take, for example, state plan expenditure, which goes into various forms of things that the industry uses. That has grown by 311% in the last 4 years, which is a record of sorts. More interesting is that capital expenditure,
that's right,
from where you have roads, bridges, etc., that has gone up by 601%. To give the exact figure, 2,225 crores when we came to office. It's 13,375 crores now. So industry looks forward to capital expenditure, both in human capital, social infrastructure, physical infrastructure. Now, all this is the backdrop to the fact that companies after companies are now expanding. I'll give you two quick examples. TCS, Data Consulting Service, it has got 40 acres of land on which they are building for 20,000 additional IT professionals.
Okay.
Now you go to manufacturing. Tata Metallics, which is located in one of our parks, has just asked us a few weeks ago for another 300 acres in the park, our own park, for expansion. Now you take the case of Anil Ambani's group, 600 crores investment in a cement plant. Imami, another cement plant. Now you'd be interested to know, we have now just probably going into production is the largest fertilizer plant, not only in eastern India, probably among the largest in the country. Matix, which is a sister body to SR Group. They have put on the ground 6,500 crores and now moving to 8,000 crores. That's over $1 billion US. Very next to it is the SR Johnson tiles. And I was so happy in Delhi when Kajaria, Ashok Kajaria, came to the meeting and said, I'm going to go do tiles. And great thing was the tiles uses gas.
So is there a cumulative number, sir? You've given us several instances of companies that are now either hiking their plans in West Bengal or putting in fresh investment. Is there a number over the last 4 years of what you've been able to draw in?
Absolutely. There's a number, and I've said it on the floor of the assembly, which means I can be eligible for privilege motion if I don't say rightly. Till last month, the total since we came to office is 87,000 crores, which is either completed or in the process of completion. So the examples I've given you are only indications of this 84,000 crores and by 87,000 crores. By the way, this is only medium and large industry. I'll give an example from small industry. We may have had as many as 52,000 additional small and medium enterprises. Over the last 4 years, our number of clusters have grown from 48 to over 300. They are very labor intensive. Creates many more jobs.
Since you're talking about...
All right, so that's a very impressive pump up of the state's macros, capex, plan expenditure and private expenditure that has come in, private capital expenditure that's come in, standing at 87,000 crores. My ground report in Calcutta was also very much on these lines, with people saying not exactly how